So what if I told you that global politics is basically a giant high-stakes game of chess? Seriously. For some of the world's most influential thinkers, it's not just some metaphor. The board is literally the world map. And the prize? Well, that's global dominance. Let's dive right in.
This isn't some new idea. For more than 100 years, strategists have looked at the world map exactly like this, as a great game of power playing out across the continents. And there's one really powerful theory that basically wrote the rulebook for how to win this game. And it all starts with this quote right here. It's from a British geographer, a guy named Halford Mackinder, way back in 1904. He said, "He who controls Eastern Europe commands the heartland. Who controls the heartland commands the world island. Who controls the world island commands the world." It sounds so simple, right? But it's an incredibly powerful formula for world control. So what on earth is this heartland he's talking about? Well, this is it. Take a look. That huge area in red, that's the heartland. It's basically the core of the Eurasian landmass. And Mackinder, he saw it as this kind of natural fortress. It's packed with resources, and crucially, it's really hard to attack from the sea. That's what makes it the ultimate pivot point for controlling the entire world.
Okay, I know what you're thinking, a theory from 1904? What does that have to do with anything today? And that's a fair question. But here's the thing. This idea never went away. It just got an update, a reboot for the modern era. So, just to be super clear on this, the Heartland theory basically argues that if you can control that core Eurasian landmass, you pretty much control the world. It's all a game of geography, resources, and just being in the right strategic spot. And believe me, this theory has had some serious staying power. I mean, it starts with Mackinder in 1904, then it gets a major update in 1997 from Zbigniew Brzezinski, and even as recently as 2013, you have huge names like Henry Kissinger still using its logic to talk about things like Ukraine. It's been this quiet, constant force guiding foreign policy for decades. And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the modern version of this idea. Brzezinski, in his famous book, The Grand Chessboard, basically took Mackinder's theory and translated it for American foreign policy. He argued that if the US wants to stay the #1 power in the world, it has to keep its influence over Eurasia. It has to stop any other single country from taking over that region. And just like that, the game was on. Okay, so how is this grand game being played out today in the real world? Well, it's not just about tanks and military bases anymore. The new battlefield is global finance. The fight for the heartland has become a fight between two completely different ideas about money. So on one side of the board, you've got what you could call the fiat money block. That's led by the US, where money has value simply because the government says it does. But on the other side, you have this rising group, a kind of Sino-Russian axis built around the BRICS countries and others. And they're pushing for something different, a return to what they call sound money, maybe even money backed by gold. And, history has a really interesting lesson for us here. If you look at this chart, you'll see that world reserve currencies, they don't last forever. Not even close. The average lifespan is only about 95 years. Now think about this. The US dollar has been the top dog since the 1920s. That might suggest a big change could be coming. And this isn't just talk. We're seeing actual moves on this financial chessboard. For instance, the whole petrodollar system is getting weaker as countries start selling oil in other currencies. At the same time, China is pushing its own currency, the yuan, on the world stage. They're even building their own payment system to get around the US-led one. The takeaway here is pretty clear. The dollar's top spot is being challenged, big time. And then there's this, which is kind of a wild card in all of this. Officially, China says it has just over 1,000 tons of gold. But some analysts believe the real number could be way, way higher. We're talking estimates of over 30,000 tons, squirreled away in different state-run companies. I mean, think about that. That's a massive insurance policy against a world run on fiat currency. So, let's bring this all together. We've gone from an old theory to high finance, and now we're getting to something you can literally see on a map. This grand game isn't just about numbers on a screen anymore. It's being physically carved into the earth with concrete, steel, and railways, creating brand new corridors of power. What you're looking at here is China's famous Belt and Road Initiative, basically a new Silk Road for the 21st century. But the crucial part is, look where those land routes are going. They slice right through the middle of Mackinder's heartland. This is so much more than a trade project. It's a massive geostrategic play to tie Eurasia together and completely change the economic realities on that grand chessboard. And check this out, one of these routes in particular, they call it the Middle Corridor. It's the one that bypasses Russia to the north, is just seeing absolutely explosive growth. I mean, look at these numbers. It went from less than 1 million tons of cargo in 2020 to 4.5 million just a few years later. That is a huge shift in how goods are moving around the planet. So, a route that used to be kind of a plan B, well, thanks to all the recent geopolitical shifts, it's suddenly become a plan A. It's now an absolutely vital artery connecting the manufacturing powerhouse of Asia with the huge markets in Europe. And here's the actual journey it takes. It starts in China, cuts through Central Asia, then it has to cross the Caspian Sea. That's where Azerbaijan becomes this super important hub. From there, it goes through Georgia or Turkey, and boom, you're in Europe. This route is literally redrawing the map of connections across what Mackinder called the world island. And get this, it's becoming shockingly fast. The goal for getting goods all the way from China to Europe along this route is now just 12 to 15 days. That kind of speed and efficiency makes it a serious competitor to the old way of doing things by sea. So when you step back and put all these pieces together, you've got the old theory, you've got the new economic showdown, and you've got this incredible infrastructure being built, you can actually see the grand chessboard being played out in real time. It's happening right now. And the leaders right in the middle of this region, they see what's happening. The president of Azerbaijan points out that this new route creates a completely new situation that could be good for everyone. So you see, it's not just about moving boxes from A to B. This is about completely reshaping the politics of the entire region. So really, the main takeaway is this: a dusty old theory about land and power, something cooked up in a university over a century ago, is now becoming a hard reality. The contest for the heartland is officially on, and it's being fought with new financial systems, new alliances, and these massive new trade routes we've been looking at. And all of this leaves us with one big final question. The pieces on the board are definitely moving. The world map is changing right before our very eyes. On this grand chessboard, the game is a long way from being over. So who makes the next move?